Okay. All right. There we go. Now I see the difference and what's going on. Uh huh. Well, breaking news. The breaking news is I'm broke news right now. Ah, well, that's okay though. That's how life is. It can be like that sometimes. I didn't put it in the description, but I really am testing this out and just talking for a moment. Testing the stream out of this equipment. So, want you to peep out the father figure's intro. Coming at you. Well, that's that intro created by me myself. A little something to kind of relax, but at the same time get the clappings going. I'm just testing some things out here, so just bear with me. But welcome to the channel. It's Father Figures Forever, established in 2018 here in the Greensboro, North Carolina area. Um, I've been working a full-time job besides this program, but I definitely at minimum use it to advocate and at maximum engage in person. Try to empower, support, surround services and resources. The mission is definitely geared towards strengthening fathers, especially non-residential, non-custodial, low income, but it could be all incomes, really too, that need that support, especially if you're non-custodial and non-residential. Um, I don't think that gets identified as much. The only time you really hear the term is in family law, child support court, and people know what it means to an extent, but to identify that more, especially in research, is a key thing. And overall, I just want to give a shout out to the fathers and anyone that support fathers. And this might be the shocker, but also support women that support fathers and having fathers involved. And that the shocking part is that we definitely need you. I have stressed that and realized that over the time of my work that support is needed. So that doesn't mean I'm gonna say anything to get female support. Pull a Umar Johnson, as they may call it. I may at some point in time be trying to build an academy or something or a school, but I'm not gonna go his route. If we know what I mean about that, but I don't want to ride his bus too hard. It's been a trend and a talk already. So not gonna take that too far, but I do want to let it be known that we're here to support fathers and families. And since this channel is open and there's a mic here, Figured we talk about it. Uh, I come from a blended family background. I also raised a blended family. A lot of people know what that means, where you may have one of the other parents may have a child by someone else, but you're all living under the same roof. And to me, that's where the lens needs to be focused at when it comes to servicing families. Uh, Not that the marriage model is done, kaput, and thrown away, but co-parenting under different roofs, different cultures, different backgrounds, different values and beliefs is definitely key. I think sometime soon I'll do a presentation that I created. It's pretty dusty, a little old, but I'll still bring it up and I'll present it sometime soon. I was gonna go on shout out to Mr. Goodbread, his channel, and present it. And I'm definitely would love to still present it there, but might do an upgrade or something like that, or switch it up by the time we hopefully reconnect with him. But um, that'll probably be the next live that I go to. But wanted to sit back too. I wonder how many fathers out there are clearly or apparently going through it. This post COVID, and then we got a lot of things going on politically. So some people have risen and had some advantages. Some people have fallen and had some disadvantages. Or some of you right in the middle, trying to hold on. Uh, they right there at that ledge looking over. And I'm quite sure that's a good majority of the people. But I do see people that are thriving, or even if it's not the greatest, they still are have some happiness at times and some peace, some rest. They just aren't overwhelmed all the time, because that can be a real thing, and it's something that I'm definitely dealing with myself. At this point, it was just what got me to go in here and at least test and play around with this equipment. I got a second microphone here, but it seems not to be working. I don't know if this is. I need a phantom power on here or something, or I don't know. I'm gonna read the book and find out what's going on. But maybe this company here, equipment just don't like this microphone, but we'll see. Um, Gonna be bringing some topics and stuff like that soon too. I'm brainstorming, and I want some people to call in. Eventually too. I definitely want to communicate back and forth, and I haven't figured out how to do this call in thing. Feel free to comment down low and let me know or help me out. I'll be trying to figure it out myself too, though. Um, one way or another, something be worked out. But I've had a lot of support too since 2018 establishing this program, and I definitely want to let it be known I appreciate that. Definitely a few key Eagle organizations and individuals and events that just have pushed this program through. One major part of it is a shout out to Jeff Crosby. Um, the graphic and brand designer, a nerd. I'll eventually be. I'll put a banner down here, something like that, with his info. I try to set it up, but I'll set it up eventually, and make sure to give him a shout out too. Because without this logo and without this brand, I wouldn't really be sitting here trying to move forward. Because that lays down the vision. It's very, very important. So I definitely want to let that be known. If you look at the logo close enough, here in the city of Greensboro, it's basically similar colors, and that's to show the roots of not only where I come from, my father raised me at, and born and raised here in the 336 out here in the city. So I wanted to make sure that stood in there too. Now that's been some push and pull a while back. I think when Jeff said he wanted to do a rebrand, which I understand though. A refresh is good too, and that's kind of where I'm at. I wanted to title this "The New Beginning," and it's just a new phase, and that's definitely something that's going on. So I'm trying to be coachable and be open to what's going on in my life, and try to be flexible. You hold on to something too long can definitely hold you down. But I know the things that we value, they're classic, and this logo is classic to me. But we'll see. Hopefully, that'll change. I mean, especially if this grows. there will definitely be a branded change. Other than that, once I figure out how to get call-ins and stuff, I'm gonna definitely make that happen. I'm gonna bring in some people for interviews, either bring them in or connect with them for interviews. I'm gonna have some things on other channels that may not be focused on fathers and families, but I can communicate about that later too. I definitely just wanted to give it a test run and just see how this works out, and actually double back and listen to this myself and see how it goes. Um, but we gonna laugh, maybe some laughing, some crying, maybe different things going on. I mean, I definitely want to tap into emotions. It's needed anyway, right? I try to kick and say that men that have emotions too, maybe wired a little different, but still they're there. There's not a monopoly on emotions, just like there's not a monopoly on logic. If men want to claim that that's what we have, and I understand that, dude, I'm quite sure we have an upper leg on that, but as much as we say we can be and do anything, that means on both sides, whether it's logical, emotional, we can work on those things. And but again, that's a hot topic too. But I also want to try to throw in some things that can bring up new topics. So I'm gonna continue digging on about this family stuff. I am on the board of Every Baby Gifford here that supports infant maternal and maternal health, and I joined that because I wanted to, as much as I support fathers and families, I also wanted to support mothers as well. And if I want to stick to it, I need to be involved in some way. As a matter of fact, next Monday I'll be out at High Point, helping supporting Every Baby Gifford on the infant mortality initiative. So I want to be there to show up, show that fathers care, um, and we are concerned, and I want to show that as a torch and an example, a part of the torch, dealing with father figures forever. So might try to live that out, or at least show you, take some pictures or something like that. But definitely I'll try to do a video if you're interested in seeing. But advocacy is a big thing, and as a social worker, I joke and say, if you want to go by the alphabet, starts with A, and advocacy is definitely a tool that you need to have, whether you're born with it or you develop it as a skill, and which is definitely possible. I think the cream of the crop is born with it, maybe a little more passionate, but if your passion can connect to it as you develop it, hey, if you want to discuss how that works, then feel free to holler at me. But I want to thank you for anyone that's been tuning in. It's been a lot of mishaps, but I definitely am pushing forward now. And again, testing out this equipment and stuff and see how this works out. I'm gonna eventually move to some headphones, and hopefully there's not much feedback. But yeah, I want to do a call-in session sometime soon to really kick it off and try to rally up and get people to call in. Once I figure out this call-in thing, we're gonna start having conversations. And all is welcome by the most part. Uh, so I think one of the first times is gonna be the family outlook, maybe pertaining to presentation I did when I did family social work. I touched on the modern family actually, and just talked about some things with them. So actually, if I can dig it up and find that presentation, I'll kick it out to you, and we can discuss that too, because that's another thing that's changed is families and how you servicing families and the way families are looking now, and whether you agree or disagree, we just at least can talk about what that looks like, and if you want to tap into social work and human services and just sociological stuff with it, let's definitely do that. I've been sitting here about long enough. Like I said, I'm testing out. I'm gonna learn some of these things more, but I definitely want to get to that call in and make that happen. Because again, communication. That's what I've been hearing today the most. As much as I check out YouTube and listen, I think, man, this time much communication is going on. I've been overdue for me to communicate. So hey, here I am. We'll move forward some more. Again, I definitely want to. My next person is going to really be talking about just being vulnerable, and I might start with the recent event I was at on a panel, and I talked to them about some young men, high school children at Dudley High. Shout out to Dudley High, even though I'm a Smith Eagle man. But actually, yeah, I can. Before I do the presentation that I made under Father Figures Forever, I'm gonna talk about that actual moment when I was at that panel, and just the way it looked and what I wanted to talk about. So tune in because I'm gonna definitely uh, discuss that because I think it was just needed. I mean, the other panelists definitely brought some heat because they're passionate too. Shout out to brother Greg Command was there. I forgot the other brother's name. He does some boxing things. He influences in. Buster Brown was there as well too. And it was another gentleman. But when I draw back, I'll figure it out. I'll definitely get him a shout out too. But I'll start with what I really had to state. That I wanted to get across at coming to that panel, and it definitely ties into vulnerability. So next hit up, just tune in. I'm hoping this equipment is working. I'm gonna kick this out and see what happens, and then I'm gonna start pulling people in. You know, I got a few people lined up that I need to bring in. I got a couple of queens, or some sisters or women, you know, as we call them. But you know, I don't use that. I take in the queen as in what I see, hope for, and lay down as a sign of respect too. So I just don't toss it out there easily. But generally speaking, I love women and my black women, so I tend to lean to start by saying that. But that's a whole nother thing. We'll get into it later. Again, I'll start with vulnerable chat next time I go live. I think it'll be tomorrow. Shit, might be tonight, depending on how I feel. But for now, I just want to lean back and really draw back and get some rest. And I'm just in a mode right now where I'm discovering some things. I don't want to sound trendy or cliche, but that's just really what's going on. I have more free time on my hands right now, so um, I don't mind sitting back in that seat, knowing that it's there and see what's going on. All right, well, appreciate it. Um, you know, most definitely thank you. Thank you. We have some hand clapping here, but I got my own. Other than that, FFL, Father Figures Forever. Let's collab, let's talk, and I'm gonna kick this out, and I hope it empowers and lays some things down. Appreciate it. Peace.